didn't see you there. I was just shooting with my iPhone. Well, welcome back to Book of Star. Today I'm really excited because I'm going to share 4 pro tips on how to shoot high quality videos on your iPhone. Now, these tips are going to be super important and super helpful, especially if you're shooting Reels and TikToks. But before I jump right in, take some time, subscribe to my channel. And if you like what you're hearing, comment below. I want to hear what are more things that you want from me, what are more tips that you want so that you are shooting better videos and engaging with your audience. All right, let's jump right in. So one of the first tips that is super important to do is to change your camera settings on your iPhone so that it says 1080p. Now, of course, if you have a newer iPhone, it gives you the option to shoot in 4K. 4K is great, right? But it's just gonna eat up the storage on your phone. And sometimes the editing apps, especially if you're using the editing apps on the phone, it's a little hard for it to read the 4K. So you can still edit it. It'll just be a little bit harder for the app itself to read the 4K. So I just recommend the 1080p. The quality is still just as great. So let's take some time and do it together. This is when we go to settings, then we gonna scroll to camera, then you're gonna go to record video. See, it gives you the option 720p, 1080p HD, 1080p HD at 60 frames per second, 4K, and 3 different options. So I just choose the 1080p at 30 frames per second. And then you want to select formats and you want to select high efficiency. And there you go. You'll be shooting your videos and it's going to be looking better and high quality. So tip number 2, and this was really helpful for me. I'm such a video girl, so I absolutely love equipment. Getting lights. Lights are going to help brighten up your space and it's going to brighten up your face. One thing that people really hate, especially me, is scrolling past a dark video. Actually, the key word is scrolling past, because that's exactly what's going to happen if you shoot videos that are dark. So you can just invest in some lights, and we can talk about some of the lights that I have that I love to recommend. I'll also put a link down below so that you can go ahead to my Amazon store and you can purchase lights. I have lights for beginners and then just video essentials for those who are really looking to take their video up a notch. So the first set of lights that I love to shoot with are LED light panels. Now, when it comes to looking for lights, it's always good to look at the Kelvin. Anything that's like 3400 to 5500 or higher is great. So I tend to look for the 5500 and higher because I want a light that is super bright, mainly because my space is so dark, and if I have anything dimmer than that, my video is still gonna be dark. So that's how I look for it. I look for the wattage, anything that's like over 500. 660 is a really good wattage. Of course, you don't want to blow the lights in your house. Right. But LED light panels are really great. I recommend getting 4, especially if you're gonna purchase it from my Amazon store with the link below. The second set is ring light. Now this light is my favorite light. Can we have a round of applause for ring lights? I absolutely love ring lights because they're perfect for when you're doing talking videos like this. So especially if you're shooting a YouTube video or IGTV video, all you need is your ring light. You set it up, it gives you a nice even light, and you're good to go. But if you're shooting transitions for Reels or TikToks, I like to pair my ring light with my LED lights, and it gives me like this nice bright feel. So this is actually the lighting that you're getting right now with this video. Like, it's a nice even light. There are barely any shadows except for the shadows here because I'm far enough from my background. But other than that, like, it just makes me look really bright, and it will make you look bright as well. The third pair of lights are fluorescent lights. Now, these lights are great for beginners and if you're on a budget, but I don't recommend them over the LED light panels and over the ring light because they are still a little bit too dim, and they're just gonna drive you crazy, to be honest. So those were the first lights I started out with, and it was a great upgrade from what I was doing before, just using regular daylight. But after using these fluorescent lights, you definitely want to upgrade to the LED light panels as well as the ring light so that you can get more light in your space. But if you're not ready for that, start off with the fluorescent lights and you'll be fine. So I recommend for the fluorescent lights getting about 3 or 4 of them. And again, you can get that in the link in my comments. All right, now, tip number 3. And this tip is really, really important. Clean your camera. There are so many people who are shooting their phones. Their camera is foggy, it's blurry, because we do a lot. We hold our phone to our ear. We may put our hand over our camera. Make sure that you are cleaning your camera. I probably clean my camera about 20 times a day, probably more, because I want to make sure that I'm always ready to shoot. So you just want to take, I usually use a glasses cleaner, a wet wipe, and then I use a dry wipe. And I just clean both of my cameras, the back and the front, because you never know if I'm going to shoot this way or if I'm going to shoot this way. So clean your camera. I see so many people make this mistake. They are shooting videos, it is super foggy, then they go ahead and post it and they wonder why it's not high quality. When you clean your lens and you're shooting, you will see that your subject, which is yourself, is super crisp and clear. So I highly recommend cleaning your lens. And then my final tip is, okay, this one's really for the pros now. Shoot with your camera phone like this, right? Now, I understand it's going to be difficult to do that. Everyone's accustomed to doing this because you want to see what you look like. But to be honest, the camera lens are 2 different lenses. So the selfie camera lens is actually a lower quality than the back camera lens. So a lot of times when I'm shooting my videos, I'm shooting like this. Of course, I have a tripod, so I put it on there. I try to center myself where I need to be centered. I place a marker down on the floor. I talked about that in my last video, so you can click the link above so you can check it out. But I put a marker on the floor so I can stand in place, and then I shoot this way, and the quality comes out so much better. So when you shoot this way, paired with the lights, paired with cleaning off your camera lens, paired with shooting in 1080p, you're going to have the best high quality videos on your phone. And trust and believe, I have shot so many times this way. I know it takes a little bit extra work, but to be honest, it is so worth it. Like, you can go ahead and shoot this way, it will probably still come out good. But if you want the best results when you're shooting, this is the way to go. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. I shared 4 pro tips on how to shoot high quality videos on your iPhone. If you are looking for more content and you want more tips so that you can really take your Instagram, TikTok, YouTube game off the ground, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you're looking forward to. Let me know what other tips you'd like to know. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and share it with your friends. Until next time.